Give me 1 second here. Welcome on board. Take a few moments to bring yourself into yourself. Release the strives of your day, the struggles that may have been a part of your day, or just your day-to-day stress. Allow the drum, allow her to call you back home. Allow her to calm you down and bring you home. Yes. Yes, Rana. Yes. Welcome on board. So, allow the drum, like I just said, to pull you back home. Welcome on board to Monday Night Live. Oh, Ellie, wonderful to see you on here. Butterfly Moonful, yes. I have my cacao, and I'm sitting in my corner. And I'm very excited to share these moments with you. Let's see if I can kind of center everything a little bit. So, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hope you had a chance to take a breath, find your way back into yourself. Today's theme is there a box? And it comes back to the idea that when we live within the constraints or confines or the rules and the regulations of our outer world, we call it society, we call it societal pressures. You know, many of us can refer to that as the matrix. And as we understand that much of our lives we have lived in different forms of suffering based on what the matrix dictates. And there are many different levels of this. On a very societal level, we can see that there are certain groupings, certain groups of people who many years ago fought on one side of things, and now they're fighting sort of on the other side of things. And it's become a big mix-up because we are so stuck in the box. This box lives within our ego and our minds. So there's nothing necessarily wrong that, you know, one of us, like that you adopted the box into your life. We couldn't help it. When we were growing up, there was no real choices on, you know, you can either, you know, take the blue pill, take the red pill, you can jump into society, be in the box, or you can release and move out of the box. We didn't really have that option very much. Let me see what's going on with the light here. It seems to be flickering quite a lot. That's better. So this box we adapted ourselves into. And when somebody thought or said that we weren't good enough, or that we put that judgment on ourselves, because many of us would put that on ourselves as well. It's not just the outer world, right? We adapted the outer world's expectations and we put them on ourselves. Because much of the voice, much of the critical voice that's coming at you when you are going through your day-to-day life, some of it, yes, of course, our parents, we can hear them. You're not good enough. You did this, you did that. You're not. But most of the time, we're judging ourselves. Most of the time, it's our own voice that's judging ourselves. And this is an effort to stay within the box, to stay and to conquer the rules of the box. And the box meaning society, meaning the matrix, 3D reality. So when we have fully accepted the rules of 3D reality and moved our awareness, attention into that, then it is real to us that if I don't get the A on the test, if I don't ace it, I suck and I'm not gonna have a good life. And it's real to us if a girl or a boy doesn't like you and rejects you, you make that a reality about yourself. Or if we don't have enough money in the bank account, or if we don't have enough, cars, or whatever it might be that would make us feel safe, or enough attention from other people, enough love. Whatever it might be that our inner rules are, we usually don't have enough of it. And all of this within the box thinking is part of the matrix. It is how our society has become programmed over the years. And it's not, maybe there's no conspiracy, maybe there's a huge conspiracy. Depends all on who you ask. But what is for sure is that there is a societal pressure that we have caved in under, that we have bought, that we purchased fully, and we said, yes, I suck if I don't get a good grade on the test. Or I'm so bad, I'm gonna go and do my own thing, I'm stepping out of society. But even that could be part of 3D reality. Because as long as we know that there is a box, as long as we stay within the box, we're not free from it, right? The real deeper freedom comes when we bring our awareness, attention into ourselves. Your deepest sense of freedom, your deepest sense of peace comes when you can release the incessant thoughts that are kind of hammering at you, going at you all the time. When you can release your energy into your body and you can feel your own life force energy in there. When you get in touch with who you actually are, not who your parents thought you were, not who society around you judges you as you are, but who you actually are beyond the level of the mind. This is where the question of is there a box becomes important. Because as long as we know there is a box, we may still be a part of it. And as we breathe deeper into our body, there's nothing wrong with being a part of the box. We just got to know that we are. Because if you don't know that this is just a game, that society's rules are mostly games, if you don't know it, you will take it very seriously. You will take all of the rules, all of the sayings, all of the thoughts as if they're real. And then you're going to judge yourself based on that. You're going to go in anxiety based on that. You're going to go in worry based on that. And all of that is part of an outside reality. Your reality is within you. Your reality, at least the way I would see it, of course I can't tell you what your reality is, but I can say what I believe it to be, what I believe your energetic truth can be. is when you connect to Earth Mother, and you connect and attach to Father Sky, and you become part of the energy flow of life on our planet. See, the box, the matrix, doesn't care about life. It doesn't care about energy flow on the planet. It doesn't care about trees. It cares about the system itself. The system only cares about itself, and it only cares about you when you can contribute to the system in their way, in ways that they feel is how you need to do it. And when you step out of the box, when you find your inner energy core, this is real freedom. This is where you grow. And usually what keeps us in the matrix is fear. What keeps us stuck either in the matrix or in programming is fear. And these are all the fears that are running around your mind. These are all the fears that you're not good enough, you're not going to fit in, nobody's going to love you, you're not going to belong. All of those fears that are pretty harsh to get in your face right away, all those fears are what keeps us in the matrix, and it keeps us on a low vibration. So, as we learn how to expand our consciousness, our awareness, we learn to connect deeply within, deeply into the Earth Mother, the real energy of our world. We can also learn how to release and relax away from the matrix, from the untruths of the world. Even if you get rejected by a lover, it might be helpful to remember that there's a programming going on inside of them that's doing the rejection. Then you have a programming inside of you that makes that rejection a reality. And you make it personal, right? We all take things personally. So if we listen to Don Miguel Ruiz and the 4 Agreements, he says, don't take anything personally. And that's a lot easier said than done. But the more we can strive in that direction, the more we can understand that our partners and friends and whoever is around us have their programming, and that programming is not about you. That programming is about them. So even when somebody's really angry at you, yes, we want to hear them out. Yes, we want to be open and listen and create the space so that they can gain access to their inner healing. But we may not want to take it completely personal. We can always listen to what's being said, and we can absolutely, if we feel, oh, there's some truth to what they're saying. I don't listen good enough. I do tell people what to do. I am angry at times. If people give me that kind of feedback, it can behoove me. It can be helpful for my future relationships and for my relationship with this person to get better if I listen. Absolutely. But don't let it shake us to the core. Because see, your core is much deeper. Your core is much deeper. And that goes for everything in your life. You're much deeper connected into the energy of life itself than any other thing in our lives. And that's the other thing about this. So we live in the veil of separation. We believe in the veil of separation when we buy into the matrix. And there's no blame here. We can't blame anybody. I don't put any blame on you or judgment. But almost all of us live behind the veil of separation. And as we do, we don't really remember that energetically we're all connected. And energetically you are an expression of life itself. You are an expression of life force energy pumping through our world like a wave. If you were to look at what we could call evolution or life expression on the planet, look at it as a wave of energy going across our planet, one wave and then another wave, almost like it comes from the inside, like a boom, boom. And we're a part of that wave. We're on the forefront of that wave. So we are the expression, you are the expression of life in this moment, expressing itself to its fullest capacity. The problem is when we stay in the matrix, when we stay in the 3D society, it tells us you're not good enough. It tells us you've got to spend all your time working so you can make money enough so you can pay rent, so that you can have somewhere to live, so you can buy your food, so you can... It's a system that's been very nicely set up so that there's not much space for you to grow. That once we've gone through the first few years of school, it's pretty easy to get stuck in the matrix. And once we are, it's not easy to get out of the matrix. So, and in that matrix, we forget. We forget what I just said, that we are an expression of life itself. We are at the forefront of this energetic wave explosion across our planet. And why am I saying that you're at the forefront? Because there's nowhere else you can be. If we have a wave, if you think of yourself as a surfer of the wave of life, this wave keeps going. This wave is life expressing itself. This wave is the cells dividing, becoming more cells all the time. Your life force energy creating more of yourself all the time. That is surfing the wave of life. Just like these plants that are hanging out here next to me, the plants are growing all the time. That's because the chlorophyll and the water and everything makes more life energy, right? Creates the circumstances so life can keep growing. Well, on one way to look at it, that's an expression of life. And we can see that that's sort of like a ripple of life across the world. When you're in life, you have no option but to be at the forefront of this wave. And that may sound a little strange, but it's sort of like, well, you're either present in your body here and now, and the body keeps growing, keeps expanding, keeps changing, but creating new cells all the time, nevertheless, creating new cells, more life being expressed through my body, through my life. So as long as I'm here, physically in this body, I am surfing the wave of life. And I can't really do anything else. I can choose to sit on the couch and do nothing, or I can choose to be a part of kind of maybe consciously creating my life. But I'm still, regardless if I sit on the couch or if I'm consciously creating something, or if I'm, I don't know, off to a foreign country being a military person, I don't know, whatever it might be, you're still an expression of life. You're still surfing the wave of life. The more consciousness we can grow within ourselves, the more we become aware of this, the easier it gets to understand that we are a part of this creation, that you are co-creating your life every moment of every day. That as long as you remember that you're not in the box, that there is no box. There is no box. As long as you remember that, you are conscious that you are creating your life with the choices you're making. And when we back up the tape and we see, well, okay, so what's going on in my life today? Oh, what's happening in my life today is a result of the choices I made 1 year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. If you get to be 50, you made some choices at some point, maybe 40, 45 years ago, that led us to this point. Of course, not all the choices are clearly, it's not always clear that they led me here, living on the other side of the world from where I grew up. But nevertheless, these choices, they lead to another place, to another place, to another place, to another place, to another place. And each choice also creates a new timeline. right? Because timelines are interesting. Where you put your energy is where you create a new timeline. So be that energy of sitting in the couch and actually just sitting watching TV. If that's your energy and what you're doing, you will create more of that. That's where you're investing your energy. And if you're investing your energy into sitting more in meditation, into sitting more in deeper inner understanding, you will have more of that. If you investing your energy into going to the gym all the time and getting the big muscles, you probably will get the big muscles. There might be other things that happen if you get the big muscles too, but you will get that. So we create these different things along the way. And sometimes we're not aware of that we're creating a life all the time. But as we bring that awareness into our system, as we go, oh my God, hang on. He's right. The choices that I made a year ago led me to this point. The choices I made 5 years ago led me to this point. When I can start connecting the dots, then I also realize that the choices I make now, today, are leading me down a new timeline. We don't know where that timeline goes. But make sure that you're choosing to invest your energy into things that you want to be doing, that you feel comfortable with, that you feel is how you want to live your life. This is how we step out of the matrix. We bring the power back into our body. This is how we see through the box that we agreed on, or I agreed on. And hopefully you agree too. The box doesn't exist in reality. The box is just a human construct in our psyche. As you see through it, you gain freedom. You gain access to the knowing that where you put your energy, where you invest yourself into, this will bear fruit. It's like sowing the seeds, right? Same thing when I'm sitting here in my meditation, I sit daily. I'm sowing seeds that at some point will bear fruit. And luckily for you, I know you too that are on here, right? So luckily for us, we're choosing to sow seeds that have very positive outcomes. They have very positive flowers that come out of these seeds, loving, energetically upbuilding flowers and trees. When I was younger, I invested a lot of my energy into very much darker stuff, much more negativity. And of course that bore fruit in a lot of negativity. Not easy to know that you have a choice. When I was younger, I didn't feel like I had a choice ever. And nowadays it's a little more clear, a lot more clear, that where I put my energy, where I choose to put things in motion, is like putting seeds in the ground, and that over time, those seeds will lead to beautiful results and expressions. We just got to keep watering them and keep shining the light on them, the sunlight. Yes? It's a lot like watering the plants. And in many ways, even though, because I know meditation can be difficult when we start out, and it can be difficult later too, it just changes. It's a different form of difficult. If we can understand and see that this Thank you, LEK, thank you. If you can understand and see that the times you sit in your meditation will bear fruit, that the times you sit with yourself will pay off. It already is paying off, but sometimes we may not see it. Sometimes we aren't aware that the payoff is a feeling of being a little bit calmer, of seeing the butterfly outside the window, of noticing that the plants actually do grow really well at the moment. Whatever it might be that you take in, the world shifts when we go deeper into our meditation. It's another beautiful way of getting out of the matrix, getting out of the box. Sit in your meditation. When you go outside, take in nature. Instead of looking at the phone, instead of talking on the phone, take in nature. Go out and look at the tree and then take it in. Feel it. Go, just look at it and go. And just feel what happens. There's something we call shamanic seeing, right? Shamanic seeing is when you see into the dark, into the unseen. This is seeing into the end, feeling or seeing or perceiving into the world of the unknown, into the world of the unseen. But there's another level of it that I have experienced, and many people talk about it. I think we refer to that as shamanic seeing as well. And that's when, like, sometimes I go outside of here and I stand with these trees right outside the door. Like I'm waiting on a client or something, I'll be there standing. And I can feel the energy shifting. I can feel something happen. I go, and I'm looking, and I just looked at the trees before. Now they look much greener. They look much more alive, and everything around looks much greener. And it comes from this shifting perception. And as that happens, as we get used to it, we understand that the world looks different depending on where you're coming from when you're looking at the world. So when you're coming from a deep, sad, angry, negative place, the world will look gray, dark, heavy, negative. And as you shift, the world will look brighter, more beautiful, more loving, more kind, and more patient. As you grow in understanding, it grows in understanding. And suddenly the world seems supportive. My world for the last few months, I mean, for a long time now it's been more supportive, but the last few months, the world has become very supportive. And it's such a beautiful feeling. It's such a beautiful feeling. So, and I believe this all stems from meditation. All the spiritual growth stems from meditation. And this is the way to get out of the box. Let's see, butterfly moonful. It's been a long, strange, dark road to get there for me. I am beyond, hang on. Darn it, hang on. I missed the last part of that, sorry, L.A.K. Maybe I can see what it said. Let me see if I can see. There it is, hang on. It's been a long, strange, dark road to get here for me. I am beyond grateful to be here for my light, to have found others' light, your light. Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is the beauty of this journey, right? We'll find the people who resonate on our frequency. We'll find the people who resonate into our space. They resonate through this. This is why it feels so familiar. This is why what's going on why when you resonate with this message, Ellie, and it's when I found my shaman teacher, or she found me, the world put us together. I felt it, and I felt this frequency, and the world shifted. And I'm hoping that that's how we can all keep connecting throughout these different social media and these different ways of communicating. It sort of becomes a little easier to find these frequencies. There are more people who are aligned with each other. More people can find their alignment. So I'm very grateful that you're here, Ellie. Shauna, I'm glad you're here. So let's go within. We're going to do a little healing session for us. And we're going to send healing to you, Ellie, to things that I'm thinking of. And thinking of some of the recent stuff for you, Shauna. We should be looking at that as well. If you have any crystals right now of that nature, feel free to give yourself, uh, put them around you. You can run them up and down your body. If you have any feathers, you can clear away your energetic ties. All right, good. And if you have headphones, use the headphones. It's all good. Either way, it's all good. But we're gonna go in, and with your permission, we'll be working on your energy field. Toi. Ta ei joku taia. Toijo. Taijo. Ah. Ta. Toijo vaia. Taia. Ta joku taia. Voi. Welcome back into the room. Let us take 2 deep breaths and anchor in the healing that just took place. There was a lot of good things that happened right now. Let's breathe deeply into our body. Let's breathe in. Create space in the system. Squeeze the root chakra and release. Yeah. One more breath. Hold it. Release from the root up. Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming on board. Thank you for being a part of this healing session. Thank you for supporting by just being here. Yeah. I wish you a wonderful week. I'll be back on Instagram and on Facebook on Friday morning at 9 a.m. And for the people who live here in the city of LA, we're gonna be on the beach on Sunday morning at 8 and at 9. And after that, we'll move it to 10. Yes, sir. Okay, everybody. Hope you're doing wonderful. I hope this hit home for you. Wish you a beautiful week. Namaste. And aho. Thank you. Take good care.